Alors ce que ça donne ce Future Game Show, je ne connais pas. Et yo lord. E3 exclusif. For mature audience. Bah on va voir hein. Alors ce que ça donne si c'est intéressant. Allez on y croit toujours pour Hunt là. Petite annonce. Et oh, 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 oh. Merci. C'est quoi ça? Ok. Get it fast, take them out faster. Bon, c'est encore du hardware. Ah, mais si, je connais. C'est du bon matos, ça coûte cher par contre. PC Gamer, Play, Retro Gamer, Golden Joystick. Bon, apparemment, il y a des Worlds premières, donc ça doit être intéressant quand même. Future Game Show, yeah.
Hello there and welcome to the Future Game Show powered by WD Black.
Ah, ça me perturbe, j'ai cru que la porte était. Qu'il n'y avait pas de mur, qu'elle était droite. Toi qu'il n'y avait pas de mur là.
Today, though, I'll be taking a break from fighting the apocalypse to bring you a whole host of exciting game trailers, reveals, and updates. But before we get into all that, I need to get my co-host on the line. I'm sure you're going to be familiar with this person. He's appeared in The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War. You name it, he's probably in the credits. So without further ado, here is my good friend and continual co-star, Troy Baker.
Hello, Laura.
Okay.
You look amazing, as always. Yes, you may know me from
Troy Baker.
Joel Miller in The Last of Us.
Connu celui-là.
Agent Jonesy from Fortnite. But over the next hour or so, Laura and I are going to be giving you the inside scoop of some incredibly exciting games and also showcasing developer interviews, exclusive trailers, and a whole lot more.
Exclusive trailers.
World premieres.
There's also a chance to
Il le
win
fait
a
aussi.
$500 gift card
Ah,
and a WD Black
je me suis
hard
fait
drive
attaquer par un
by
cousin.
following the link.
Il m'a rentré dans le visage.
And we have a new addition to the show this
Oui,
year,
oui.
the virtual
Je sais pas. Je sais pas.
More on that later. But let's kick things off with the first world premiere.
Il est
And for
con,
that,
machin.
we're going prehistoric.
Allez, c'est parti. World Premiere. All footage captured in engine. Bon, c'est juste un trailer. Mais avec le moteur du jeu.
Tu vois, c'est méchant. Ça veut te rentrer dans ton nez. Je te l'ai toujours dit.
Qu'est-ce qu'a fait la madame? Attention les travaux, c'est affreux! Inspection. Très bien. Ah, j'ai cru que c'était tout. Ok, ça va. Des petits dinosaures. Petit jeu de survie. Putain, c'est vaste. R6 millions. Instruction. Ok. Pas de date, pas de. Ok.
Instinction is expected in 2022. What's next, Laura?
Next up, Grow.
Ah, c'est pour
Song of the
2022,
Evertree,
ok.
a sandbox adventure about the healing power of nature. Let's throw it over to Prideful Sloth HQ to find out more.
G'day from Prideful Sloth HQ. I'm Adam.
Bonjour.
Team on Grow Song of the Evertree. Grow is Prideful Sloth's latest project that we're working on.
Wonders sur Nintendo Switch. La boîte est très jolie.
About growing new worlds, building a town, and bringing harmony back to the land.
Grow will be available later this year on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Thanks for watching.
Ah, salut.
Once upon a time,
Il était une fois.
our lands teemed with creatures great and small. The beauty of the worlds was unrivaled. The people thrived and lived in harmony with the land around them. But this harmony was not to last. Slowly, without much notice, the withering was creeping out from the darkness. Once it took hold, there was little that could be done. Our lands were overrun, and all that was cherished disappeared before us. But all was not lost. One young, brave soul stayed behind. With support from their friends and with boundless determination. This young soul seeks out a way to push back the withering and
Fait longtemps que j'ai pas
bring
touché à ma
life
Switch,
back to our world.
je serais chaud de le prendre dessus celui-là. Allez,
Song of the
Grow.
Evertree.
wishlist, ouais, c'est cool.
That was Grow, Song of the Evertree, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch in 2021.
Okay, Laura.
2021. Pourquoi il n'y a pas les dates
But
directement?
have you considered more dinosaurs? Hmm?
Ok, ah bah ça c'est encore Jurassic World Evolution 2, c'est ça?
Dinosaurs, Troy.
Life finds a way.
Bah je suppose. Ouais c'est ça. Jurassic World Evolution aura peut-être un peu de gameplay.
Is a very different world.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director at Frontier Developments. So as you may have seen earlier at the PC Game Show, we're working on Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're really excited about it and we're looking forward to creating the most authentic Jurassic experience yet. We've got tons of new features across 4 different game modes, including our original Jurassic campaign, which is a story set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You're going to be leading efforts to contain, control and conserve all those dinosaurs now running out in the wild. You'll be working alongside characters from the films, voiced by original talent such as Jeff Goldblum. And in the game we have over 75 prehistoric species. We've got new dinosaurs, we have returning community favourites, and we've added flying and marine reptiles to the game. I'm really thrilled to be showing you a first look at footage from the game itself. This is from our Species Field Guide series of videos focusing on one of the many prehistoric species we have in the game. This is an iconic, popular dinosaur, it's the Triceratops, but we're showing you it in a new environment never seen before in Jurassic World Evolution. I hope you enjoy it and are looking forward to the game releasing later this year.
Ça me donne envie d'y rejouer au moins.
C'était
très très bon.
It is best known for its trio of facial horns. These adornments are not just for display purposes. The brow
Allez, un
horns
petit
in
dodo.
particular can inflict considerable damage to any dinosaur that dares to provoke.
Ah, les petites poules, elles sont toutes mignonnes. Ouais, comic de... Bon, bah, on n'a rien vu de plus,
That was
c'est très bien.
Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is launching in 2021 on PC, PS4, PS5,
Oh, merci.
Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, for this next section, we're bringing the joys of E3 to your home with a series of demos you can play right now. That's right, today. This is the Future Games Show virtual show floor. And remember, if any of the featured games grab your interest, you can try them out now by heading to the Future Games Show Steam page. So let's head down to the show floor where I believe Laura is waiting.
Yes, hello and welcome to the Future Game Show's virtual E3 show floor. Just look at it, Troy!
I am looking at it. It is incredible. They like nailed it. You know,
Wow.
it's the queuing and the heat and the, you know, how do I say, musk that's in the air? But man, the darkness, perfection.
Alright, enough reminiscing. Let's check out some games. I'd like to start by showing you A Tale of Paper.
Comme ça qu'ils nous représentent les jeux en mode virtuel.
Platformer from
Intéressant.
Open House Games, where you transform to solve puzzles in an oversized world, dodging creepy crawlies and mischievous Roombas.
Suivi par un aspirateur, ça fait peur quand même.
As you shift packing boxes in the house moving sim, get packed, fully loaded. As you can see, it's all about moving couches. On a couch with your friends.
Quand un jeu
co-op.
en coop avec con qui est rigolo. Mais ça c'est déjà sorti, on connaît ça. Tu déménages des objets.
PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Are you done saying couches?
Yes. Hey Laura, do you want a drink?
Sure. What do you have? Wait, what's that?
Chernobyl.
Don't worry.
Chernobylite.
There's Steam early access codes. Go.
So about that drink.
Ah, c'est des codes.
Right, yeah.
Apprenez, faites-vous plaisir.
Oh, yeah. Here's a genre cocktail full of co-op action RPG combat and finished with a survival twist. How does that sound, huh? Okay. I said, how's a...
I heard what you said. Tell me about the game.
This is Gatewalkers, which sees you and up to 3 other players banding together to tackle procedurally generated worlds full of monsters. But you also have to gather resources to fight off hunger, thirst, and the dreaded cold. Haku! Oh, like the element cold. Got it.
Wow. Let's hope no one gets thirsty enough for another one of your jokes. Anyway, come over here and check out the mini imaginative world.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que tout ce qui est hot là?
This is an isometric RPG that has you solving crimes across multiple virtual realities, where your choices will shape the
Pour de la VR,
world
ça pourrait être pas mal le gant qu'on a vu tout à l'heure,
outside
mais
of the
je
simulations.
sais pas.
Ooh. Speaking of detectives, check this out.
Bah, ça serait plus intéressant que... Alors ça c'est disponible sur le Xbox Game Pass depuis pas très longtemps. On contrôle un raccoon sur un billet. Encore des codes pour Chernobyl.
Set inside of a magical storybook, Beacon Pines sends players to a sleepy mountain town where you collect powerful words that can completely alter the narrative in this charming but mysterious tale.
You know, I'm detecting a theme with the anthropomorphic animals. You know, Laura, I've always... Huh. Another set of...
Ça, ils en balancent plein des codes.
Troy! I've got a triple threat of fighting foxes to show you. This is Trifox, a charming cartoon brawler where you fight waves of enemies as one of 3 adaptable combat classes. Great, huh?
Yes, totally, but now it's time to get serious. Mankind is gone, but the beavers remain. Welcome to Timberborn. It's a unique city builder where players set out to create the ultimate beaver society. This involves everything from constructing dams to crafting carousels.
Ah, tu contrôles les castors.
I guess even buck-toothed critters need a solid work-life balance.
That they do. So, what's next?
Never fear, the Rift Breaker is here.
Wow. What was that?
Is what I would say if I was playing
A
the
Rift
next game,
Breaker.
which is a base-building survival game where you hack and slash your way through hordes of alien creatures.
Un petit hack and slash.
Oh, no. I want to hear more from...
Je sais pas pourquoi je trouve ça toujours jouissif la hack and slash. T'as plein de pouvoirs, t'as masse ennemis, ça pète de partout. Ça se fait tranquille ça. Hein.
And with that, we've reached the end of our little tour. But remember, you can go hands-on with all of these games right now by visiting the Future Games Show page on Steam. Now, how do we quit this? Is it a... No, that's update preference. I don't need to update this. Laura, can you help me out just a little bit?
I got you.
Et on est reparti.
Quick note from here on in when you see this
Donc vous pouvez aller sur le site pour voir tous ces jeux.
It means you can visit the Future Game Show page on Steam to play a demo and go hands-on with the game immediately.
I was doing Rocky. Sorry, I just always wanted to do that. It's because our next game is all about floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Check out this exclusive presentation from Steel City Interactive about Esports Boxing Club.
Coming later in 2021.
C'est un jeu de
Esports
boxe.
Boxing Club brings you the greatest fight
Ah oui.
roster in video game history. With over 200 fighters already signed, we've got some of the biggest and most anticipated names. From the absolute legends of the sport to the most exciting names in boxing today.
J'y connais rien en boxe, hein, je connais aucun des personnages qui montrent.
The first women's
Un
division
personnage.
ever
Des
represented
personnes.
in video games, and the hottest new talent. But what about the game? Let's take a closer look at the next-gen visuals and gameplay that are set to make
The Destroy.
ESPC the greatest of all time.
It's definitely one for the grandkids and stuff to say that your old granddad was in a game and busting people up. So it's going to be quite cool.
Ouf, ça fait pas penser à plein.
So the movement system in ESBC is all about fluidity, being able to create angles, recreating mannerisms from boxes. The physics system doesn't just rely on animation. This allows us to recreate realistic knockdowns. Even when a fighter's unsteady on their feet, it's not purely animation based. Now we've had professional boxers, professional coaches come into the studio and provide input through motion capture and actually reviewing the game during its development. And now we really feel like we've created a true representation of the sport.
Après c'est bien fait. Hein. C'est pas ma
Presentation is
cam.
important to us. Just because we are in the studio, we're still going to aim high when it comes to production values.
C'est le genre de jeu aux États-Unis, ça fait un carton, ça. Ok, bon, sur toute plateforme quoi. Sauf sur Switch. Ah bon.
Esports Boxing Club is coming to
C'est
PC,
du rugby, ouais,
PlayStation
exactement.
4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S.
And Series S.
Next up, we've got a deeply immersive World War II shooter
Medal of
with
Honor?
over 100 players taking part in epic battles recreated using aerial photography and satellite imagery. Let's take a closer look at Hell Let Loose.
Ah non, ok.
Product not yet rated.
C'est déjà sorti celui. Mais c'est très bien. Et la pelouse. Un jeu un peu hardcore aussi.
My name's Max Rea. I'm the founder of Black Matter and the lead developer of Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose began as the idea of a couple of hobbyist game developers all the way back in 2015. Following a successful Kickstarter, we launched into early access in the middle of 2019.
C'est un jeu de Kickstarter, je savais pas.
And since then, we've delivered 9 enormous updates, including entire systems overhauls, 6 new maps, tons of new weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, as well as expanding our unique real-time strategy-inspired metagame. As a result, we've been fortunate to sell more than 1 million copies during our first year of early access. 2021 is only going to be bigger. I'm excited to announce that we're launching out of early access on July the 27th, with the introduction of the Soviet forces on the Eastern Front, including famous battles like Kursk and Stalingrad, before we close out the year by bringing Hell Let Loose to next-generation consoles. Hell Let Loose has only grown due to the vibrant community that surrounds it, from our earliest Kickstarter backers to our newest recruits. We're excited to introduce you to this ever-evolving and expanding World War II experience. We hope you enjoy this first look at what's to come.
Ok. Timozin. Moi aussi. Elle est close. Il y a un gros public ce jeu en vrai.
Hell Let Loose is launching on Steam on July 27th and coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 in 2021.
So Laura, Have you ever wanted to play XCOM, but in real time, with up to 7 of your friends?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Then you need to keep your eye on this next game.
Inspiré de XCOM.
Hello, my name is Karol Skorvat, CEO of Iron, a game dev studio based in Croatia. And for the past few years, we have been working on Red Solstice 2 game. It is a real-time tactical battlefield game. It supports up to 8 players and has a fully playable co-op campaign. We are ready to show you the launch trailer now, so get ready for June 17 when the game launches on Steam, and have fun blasting some missions.
You are the Executor, a high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of Stroll mutants and liberate Mars.
Survive. Riches.
Welcome back, Executor. The Stroll infestation
Encore
has
un
now
jeu
infected
tactique.
all colonies on Mars. Build your squad from 6 unique classes of elite soldier, utilizing their skills to best suit each mission type. Customize their weapons and tech, as well as their upgrades and abilities. Take command on the battlefield using the command radio to give orders to the whole squad or individual soldiers. Concentrate fire on targeted locations and carry out supply runs even during the heat of battle. Recruit your friends to the fight and join in up to 8-player co-op missions to save Mars in our name.
Purge Earth of a mutant invasion in Red Solstice 2 Survivors.
Très bien.
Steam on June 17th. Our next game is about delivering mail in a sleepy American lakeside town.
Le 17 juin,
Let's
c'est
join Dylan from
très bientôt
Ennuyeuse
ça.
to learn more.
Quoi, c'est un jeu de vétérinaire?
Hi, I'm Dylan from Ennuyeuse, and it's great to be here at the Future Games Show. We're currently getting very close to finishing Lake, a game that's set in the 80s. You play as Meredith Weiss, who takes a break from her life in the big city to deliver mail in her hometown.
Ah non, c'est juste un facteur.
It's a job you can do at your own leisure, and you will get to know the people in Providence Oaks along the way. Today, we're excited to share an example of an activity after your workday is done. Movie night with Angie from the video store.
This is fun. It's been ages since I've been to the movies.
Well, they call it the movies, plural. But of course, we can only see one movie at a time. So, which one will it be?
My pick?
My pick?
Alright, let's see. Big Trouble in Little China, Blue Velvet, or The Great Mouse Detective. Alright, I'm ready to pick. The Great Mouse Detective.
Ça a l'air très très posé comme je suis. Hein.
For a Disney fan. Oh well, let's get in touch with our inner child.
Faut pas montrer ce genre de jeu là, à 1h30 du mat parce que bon, ça commence à piquer les yeux. C'est trop chill pour tenir les yeux. Ok. Dès septembre sur Xbox et PC en premier, donc peut-être autre chose par la suite. Lake, 1er septembre. Ok, et sur Epic Games
We're excited
Store.
to announce that Lake is coming to Steam, Epic Games Store, and Xbox Series X and S on September 1st. Now, what kind of a showcase would this be without a new Souls-like? Our next game is a pixelated take on the genre, following a protagonist with a giant obsidian sword.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle a dit?
In the beginning,
Ah.
there was dust, and from that dust, the moon was born. Eons of idleness passed, before suddenly it shattered. Great celestial chunks cascaded from the heavens unto earth. From one prodigious shard spawned humanity, and from another, the gods. For a great many years, balance endured. until a foul and malevolent deity intervened. Exile spread greed and distrust among his kin, compelling these calamitous beings to conquer man. Centuries of servitude passed, until finally, aided by a veiled ally, humanity revolted. The Great Crusade overthrew the old gods, imprisoning them within the sacred walls of the Citadel, at the expense of untold lives. A peace was wrought, but it was not meant to last, for the miscreant Exile returned from his concealment, conducting atrocious experiments upon his caged kindred. A darkness permeated the land.
Darkness.
Rivers stagnated, crops failed, and the world of man began to fade. The great moon, witnessing all, wept a final shard. A shard of the purest obsidian. And thus, a glimmer of hope remains.
Ok. Elder Souls.
Customize your combat style and boss rush ancient gods when Eldest Souls drops onto PC and all current console formats July 29th, 2021.
And now we've got a closer look at the next game from the folks behind War Thunder. Here's Tom from Darkflow Software to guide you through Enlisted.
Beaucoup de jeux de guerre aussi qui reviennent. C'est fou que ça marche toujours ce genre de jeu.
Hi there, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully our little trailer has got you interested. My name's Tom, and I'm part of the team at Darkflow Software behind our new game, Enlisted, a historical World War II shooter with some unique gameplay quirks. One of Enlisted's most unique features is the squad mode, where you head into battle with a squad of AI soldiers under your control. You can instruct them on how to react to enemies, and most importantly, you can switch between any of them seamlessly with the press of a button. You'll only need to respawn when your entire squad is wiped out. This way,
on connaît les armes de ce jeu, n'est-ce pas?
Although, if you prefer a more traditional shooter experience, we have a fleshed out solo mode too, where you
il a l'air vraiment pas mal celui-là. On me l'a beaucoup conseillé, à me le faire en live aussi.
Enlisted aims to form a golden middle ground between the more hardcore and arcade style shooters currently available. Time to kill is kept short. A bolt action rifle
c'est encore un jeu hardcore, donc il y a moyen que ça me plaise bien.
With submachine guns and pistols taking only a few hits. Vehicles as well can of
course
be
teste tout ça un jour solo live, eh?
have their limitations. Aircraft are restricted to the cockpit view, and crew inside tanks can only use viewports to spot targets. So you'll need to keep your wits about you to really get the most out of these machines. Progression in Enlisted is spread over various campaigns. Currently, you can fight in Moscow, Normandy, and Berlin, with Tunisia and more coming soon. Each campaign features new weapons and equipment. Firearms can be improved to increase their raw performance, and soldiers can be leveled up to grant them specialized perks. Different classes of soldiers are able to equip different gear, with specialist classes such as engineers able to build structures anywhere on the map, including FOBs, sandbags, and defenses, and even anti-tank cannons and AA guns. Enlisted aims to keep historical accuracy in the forefront of development. Firearms, locations, and uniforms are all true to history. No neon pink Sten guns and mohawks here. Each army will be decked out with the equipment they actually used during their respective conflicts. Because of the squads feature, you'll never be short on targets. Twitch reflexes and fast reactions will of course have their place in Enlisted, but even if you haven't had the time to fine-tune your skills, you'll easily be able to come away with a kill count in the double digits. The AI, however, are very attentive and react to sound, and not to be underestimated. But that's all we've got time for. Make sure to give it a try yourself by heading over to enlisted.net/join. Enlisted is cross-platform and available now on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. And
wow, sérieux sur Series. Je fais une game à 89,7, c'était un carnage, bah putain. Ah, pas mal de monde aussi, c'est... Ah, tu peux piloter des avions et des... Ok, cool. Ouais, bah ça c'est à faire aussi. Hein. Bon, rien de nouveau en soi.
Oh, and the protagonist only has one arm. Let's check out Severed Steel.
Ah, ok, Lint. Encore un jeu de shoot à skill, hein. Ça ressemble un peu du comment ça s'appelle? Super hot. Avec les ralentis au moment où tu tires. Hein. Paf, 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 paf. Severed Steel. Okay.
Severed Steel is coming soon on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Okay, notepads at the ready, because for this next section, we're going to race through 8 exciting upcoming games that deserve your full attention.
C'est pareil, j'aurais tellement aimé voir du Witchfire, mais je
2021.
pense pas qu'on en verra pendant le 3. Ça on a déjà vu. Dice Legacy. Marrant comme concept. Ça t'a donné envie? Oh, il fait trop chaud sur les mains. Un jeu de bûcheron. Oui, range sim. Ah, pour le délire, c'est trop bien. Pourquoi t'as des flingues maintenant? Oula. Pas en couille. What? Ah, tu joues avec les ombres. Ok. Chim. Silt, il me plaît beaucoup. Visuellement surtout. Et il coûte combien Unleashed? Parce que je pense pas qu'il soit gratuit. Hein. Dom King. Cabbage. Sérieux? Cool.
Okay, I might regret asking this, but you want to help me with this next one, Oma-child?
Okay. Did you know that Sega
c'est
Sonic
Colors.
Ultimate? We've got some exclusive gameplay from a stage that nobody has seen yet. I hope Sonic does okay without me.
Did not regret it.
C'est vrai qu'il y a du Sonic.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Golden, senior producer at Sega of America. I'm excited to share with you an exclusive clip of Tropical Resort from our upcoming release, Sonic Colors Ultimate. Please enjoy.
Allez, Tropical Resort. Bon, qu'est-ce qu'il a donné Sonic là? Un Sonic à l'ancienne, tout ça fait. De toute façon, c'est ce qui marche le mieux. Hein. Chaque fois qu'ils essaient de faire un Sonic un peu plus différent, on va dire, ça marche pas très bien. Moins ça va si vite. Genre quoi, t'as des pouvoirs hein, suivant les couleurs que tu ramasses. Laser. Ouais, on le strike. Ok. Avec le petit scoring à la fin. Très bien. Bah écoutez, pourquoi pas. C'est un remake d'un Sonic déjà existant. Mais
Moving swiftly on,
je
you've
j'ai
got
pas
a
du tout
new
suivi.
management game from Chucklefish where you play as a powerful artificial
1400,
intelligence
c'est
in
pas mal,
control
c'est pas
of
mal.
a space station. Do you want to roll the trailer, Troy?
I'm sorry, Laura. I'm afraid I can't do that. I know that you were planning to disconnect me.
No, you know, never mind. I'll handle it. Here is Starmancer.
Starmancer. Oui. Ouh, ça m'a fait trop bizarre comment ça a apparu le truc. Ah bon, hôtel du futur. Avec des petits zombies. Starmancer, Early Access, le 5 août sur Steam.
We're excited to announce today that Starmancer is coming August 5th, 2021, and it's available to wishlist on Steam.
Il balance pas mal de jeux sur le... Sur ce salon. Cette conf. Future Game Show.
Not really, no.
Okay. You're saying you don't know about Jeff and Deborah?
Who are What are you talking about? I'm just gonna press this button again and hope it explains everything.
Faire des blagues entre eux, c'est très bien.
Kiwi is a game
ah,
about
Kiwi.
birds who work at the post office.
Conférence seul en stream. Juste pour le délire. En vrai, ça a l'air rigolo en plus.
I'm going to show you how a Kiwi level changes over the course of the game. So in this room, you're transcribing urgent messages and assembling them ransom note style by stamping them onto the page with your butts. You'll come back to this room every so often throughout the game, but there will always be a new twist to change things up. So as summer turns to autumn, now your word fragments are moving around on conveyor belts, and you'll need to chop certain words in half with the descrambler to get the pieces you need. Jeff and Deborah are going to have to deal with all kinds of hazardous work conditions. They got sandstorms during the summer, mayfly swarms. These guys have no respect for personal property. Paranormal activity. This is genuine footage of an actual haunting. In winter, the post office gets hit with a huge blizzard, and now this level becomes about sharing the warmth of a single tiny lantern to break through blocks of ice and.
Je sais pas pourquoi ce jeu me hype. Bon, parce que c'est un peu le délire de la chaîne des Kiwi, mais quand même. Il est rigolo.
Whether they're typing telegrams, or packaging shipping crates, or helping an octopus sort the mail. It's all in a day's work for Jeff and Deborah. Also, you can dress up your Kiwis.
Puis en plus, c'est la personnalisation.
We're releasing Kiwi on August 31st for PC and all major consoles, and we hope to see you at the post office.
Ce sont surtout pre-order for early bird bugs. 31 août. Ah, je crois que ça sortait en juillet. Sérieux? Je sais pas pourquoi j'ai cru que c'était juillet. Il en repousse le jeu. Bon.
See, told you. Next up, we've got a roguelike with an attitude, a game show shooter where you earn likes for dunking on competitors and causing a little wanton destruction. Will the circle be unbroken? Get it? Find out in this world premiere.
World premiere. De quoi? This is nothing. This run TV. Ok. What the fuck? Non, c'est... Ça a l'air bien bourrin. Hein. Play the pilot episode now sur Steam. Ok. Et ça arrive aussi sur console.
That was Death Run TV, and you can play the pilot right now by heading down to the Future Games Show page on Steam.
Okay, Hazmat Suit's at the ready, because this next game tasks players with building a team of stalkers to survive a 3D scanned recreation of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Here's more on what to expect in Chernobylite.
Je présente pas mal aujourd'hui ce jeu.
Każdy kiedyś był zakochany, pisał list miłosny, wydawało mu się, że to jest takie piękne, wspaniałe, a potem po latach znajdował te listy i mówi: Jezus Maria, co ja tu za bzdury pisałem. Zaczynaliśmy właściwie od gry, gdzie skupialiśmy się na przetrwaniu, na menedżowaniu swoim czasem i towarzyszami. To wszystko wydawało się po designersku dobre, ale zwykle emocjonalnie dosyć nudne. I dlatego dodawaliśmy coraz więcej elementów, które angażowały gracza, które były dla niego ciekawe. Na początku był to taki mały chat, który gracz sobie mógł modyfikować, ale był całkowicie opcjonalny. Z biegiem gry on stawał się coraz bardziej sensem gry, coraz bardziej jego sercem. Nadawaliśmy coraz większą rolę naszym towarzyszom i warto im było dać właśnie tą walkę, coraz więcej podporów, coraz więcej możliwości, coraz więcej broni. Absolutnie normalnym jest, że zaczyna się z czymś zupełnie innym niż to, z czym się kończy.
Ok. Pourquoi pas? Ça sort pas sur Next Gen, en tout cas pas tout de suite.
Chernobylite comes to PC on July 28th, as well as Xbox and PlayStation in the summer. If you were lucky enough to catch one of the early access codes during the virtual show floor, you can play Chernobylite right now. But if you missed them, we've also got more codes to give away on GamesRadar.com.
Next up, here are our friends at Team 17 to show us what they've been cooking up with their upcoming PC and console games. Let's take a look.
Team 17. Qu'est-ce qu'ils vont nous montrer ceux-là? Elle let loose. Ok. Le gameplay on dirait une sorte de Céleste. Oku Life. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Oh, jeu de survie. Un petit Animal Crossing en fait ce jeu. Très clairement. Hein. Quoi? Sims? Non, plus Animal Crossing je crois. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Ok. Kings of the Sea. Serious. Team 17. Quick. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce jeu? Je connais pas du tout. Y a l'air très cool, ouais. Je suis d'accord. Stay tuned. Overcook. All you can eat. J'avais fait gagner un exemplaire il y a pas longtemps de ce jeu. Très bon jeu ça.
Be sure to wishlist any games that sparked your interest on our Steam page. It really does help the developer out. Or you can also head over to gamesradar.com for more info.
This next game has an engrossing art style, reminiscent of everything from
Ah, mais arrêtez avec les pubs là.
Let's throw it over to the Slow Bros to talk you through some exclusive gameplay from their stop-motion handmade adventure, Harold Halibut.
Hi, my name's Donat and I'm the director and composer of Harold Halibut.
And I'm Ole, the game's art director.
Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about friendship and life on a city-sized spaceship stuck under sea.
In-game footage.
It's been 250 years since your home. An Ark-like spaceship fled an Earth on the verge of Cold War to find a habitable planet on which to preserve the human race. You are Harold, a young lad.
Il s'est passé quoi là? Rien, c'est un comique qui est depuis 1 heure en train de chasser un cousin. Et là, il a essayé de l'écraser, sauf qu'il a réussi à s'envoler sur elle. Et elle est partie en courant. Ah. Ça me plaît beaucoup ce jeu, je sais pas pourquoi, mais... J'aime bien le design, j'aime bien l'univers. Ça va être... ça va bien l'air sympathique.
The wonderfully weird rest of the veterans will keep you just as busy. It was very important for us to not only focus on an exciting main storyline, but to create a world full of interesting events and meaningful encounters. The dialogues don't only help you progress in the main story, but also help you get to know more about the many characters that inhabit our world. Weaving through the narrative, you run into playful interactions like repairing a broken 3D printer. Your PDA is always available to you for an overview of current tasks as well as messages from other characters.
This is also where Harold's personal drawings are kept, as well as a few more shenanigans. At this point, you might be wondering how we achieved the stop-motion-like look of the game. We are in fact building every single thing you see in the game in the real world.
C'est un jeu qu'ils ont fait en stop motion, on va dire. C'est stylé. Il y avait un autre jeu comme ça là qui est dispo sur Steam, je sais pas du tout le nom. C'est quelqu'un qui avait fait fabriquer plein de décors, qui les avait pris en photo, qui avait fait un jeu avec ça, avec des vraies lumières et des vraies photos. Très stylé. C'est un certain charme, on va dire. C'est beaucoup de boulot aussi quand même.
And the feeling of puppeteering Harold. There's still quite a bit of work to do, so all we can say right now is that Harold Halibut will come soonish on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. You can already wishlist the game on Steam. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Harold Halibut is coming soonish to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Okay, yes, there have been a few gloomy games so far, so we came up with a Wholesome Chaser. I'm told that the developers came up with something so sweet,
oh, ce jeu, il est incroyable. Cuphead, non, même pas Cuphead.
If what I'm reading is correct, this one is gonna melt your hearts.
C'est Happy Game et ça c'est trop bien. Alors c'est très glauque par contre, hein. Tu crois que c'est mignon, c'est horriblement glauque. Le jeu est incroyable. La vision de l'enfer quoi. Ça fait un moment que je le suis ce jeu, j'ai hâte qu'il sorte. Allez, adieu petit pote. Fall 2021. PC, Mac, c'est rare de voir ça. Et Switch. Ah mais c'est génial de ouf. Happy Game. En fait, t'as changé de pseudo, Yami?
Troy, yeah, that was something. What I want to know is who the hell is writing this script.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're telling me that Happy Game.
Happy
coming to PC and Nintendo Switch in 2021. Oh, and demo is available now if you want to
La démo j'ai faite, t'inquiète pas, petit pote.
Our next game is a gorgeous hands-on puzzle platformer following a young mechanic in a broken world. Pay attention at the end of this trailer for some exciting information about the Minute of Island's release date.
D'accord, pardon, je sais plus. Je crois que ça fatigue qui joue dessus. C'est possible, hein. Je sais pas pourquoi ça m'a perturbé là.
And a girl named Mo. She knows what must be done. When the blight first came,
c'est possible que ça date en effet.
And now the spores are taking hold of whatever remains. Mo's family is still here, however. She has been tasked to protect them. After all, she is the bearer of the Omni Switch.
Une grosse petite aventure. Beautiful game. C'est vrai qu'on dirait une BD. Hein.
Minute of Violence.
Ok. Et ben why not? Humble Store.
Yes, we are excited to announce that Minute of Islands is out now for PC, Mac, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, and will be arriving on Xbox later this week.
Future Games.
Next up, we've got an update from the folks at Techland, who are fine-tuning the zombie parkour of Dying Light 2. Let's throw it over to the developers who are here to answer some of your questions about the game.
Ok. Bon là ça va être... Encore du Dying Light 2, ils en font pas mal de promos hein.
Can you tell us a bit more about the video we just saw in the PC Gaming Show?
The video presented in the PC Gaming Show brings you closer to Aiden's story. What he's looking for, what motivates him,
Histoire
how he ends up in the city, and of course, what happened in the...
Je sais pas, si on a un personnage attitré, c'est pas un choix.
This is a bunch of important information about the O2 story.
Okay, so we know more about the main storylines from the mentioned video. How does the game look outside the core campaign?
Side quests are an important part of world building in Dying Light 2. Through these quests you can decide how the city will look like, thanks to the city alignment system, or bring new opportunities for the citizens. A great example is an opera singer that Timon mentioned in developers AMA. Some citizens will support your decisions, some of them will not. But it's up to you to decide how the city should look like. We have a lot of game activities prepared for our players, but at this stage we want it to be a surprise for you.
How seamless is the co-op?
J'ai l'impression qu'il est bien complet ce jeu.
The best way to experience Dying Light 2 is with a friend?
It could be. What is
Sérieux?
cool about
En
the
coop?
co-op is that it gives you an opportunity to see how the world changes when your friends make different decisions than you. In co-op you can walk in their shoes to experience all those differences.
Ah si,
really,
un mode coop, ok.
Just one way to play Dying Light 2. It's up to you.
How are you improving the story for Dying Light 2?
I know we all have great fun killing infected, but we also want to give you a deep, thought-provoking experience that will let you be immersed in the DL2 world for long hours. On top of that, thanks to the choices and consequences mechanics, the story will be shaped differently depending on the way you play.
You've promised a great open world that feels alive. How is it going?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, Dying Light 2 is full of infecteds, but is also full of humans, with their everyday life activities and purposes. We are building Dying Light 2 around a simple rule: ground is death and rooftops alive. What is cool is that NPCs act differently on each of those levels. Also, their behavior depends on choices you make and the way you play.
Release date. Ok. On la connaît toujours, hein, ça va. Ça j'ai hâte pour ce jeu quand même. Il va être insane. Enfin, j'espère qu'il va être insane. Pre-order now. Pour gagner des skins exclusifs.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on December 7th.
Revealed during the Nintendo Indie World Showcase earlier this year, this next game is a skateboarding action platformer. Here's Simon Bennett from Roll7 to give you an exclusive look.
Skateboarding platformer. Ok. Voyons voir la tronche que ça. Des glaces vivantes, bien sûr. Eh, c'est bon la drogue. Hein.
Co-CEO of BAFTA award-winning studio Roll7. Right now, we're working on Oli Oli World. It's our
Oli Oli World. Ok.
You're gonna meet quirky characters on a magical road trip through Radlandia.
C'est marrant parce qu'un Oli c'est une figure de skateboard.
Into your trick bag. As a studio, we've spent over a decade on flow state games.
Ça va vite, hein?
They transport you into a state of total focus and immersion, and it's something that we very much continue to build on with Oli Oli World. If you've played previous games in the series, you're probably pretty aware that you're going to slam a bunch before you succeed. So for players who want it,
ah super, on peut défoncer des chats.
New players will be happy to hear that the game will welcome you with open arms and ensure that we can get you up and riding in no time. Ultimately, we've managed to make failure part of the fun. Yeah, you're going to get knocked down, but when you finally nail that line, it tastes just that much sweeter. There's just so much more flow to the game. We've even added grabs, wall rides, firecrackers, split routes, right to left skating, and a host of insane tricks to keep your fingers busy.
Ok, bah écoutez, pourquoi pas.
There's a range of visually and mechanically distinct areas to explore, packed to the brim with a fantastical cast of quirky characters, beautiful landscapes, cities, and of course, walking trees.
Il y a un arbre qui marche. Ah mais tout va bien. Hein.
PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch and PC this winter.
Bah, sur toute plateforme quoi. This winter. Cet hiver. Ok.
That was Oli Oli World, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms this winter.
Next up, we've got a new game from the team at Odd Bug Studio, creators of PSVR's The Lost Bear. This animated story trailer will introduce you to the world of Tales of Iron, and something tells me you might be familiar with the narrator.
Allez, voyons voir ce que ça donne. Blood and Guns.
For centuries and longer, rats have fought tirelessly.
Ok. Oh, le petit rat est tout mignon. Ah. La grenouille, elle est morte. C'est le roi Arthur. Enfin, c'est le roi Rature. Ah, château d'humour.
Repelling Greenwort and his kind back to the putrid swamps from whence they came. Crops prospered, families flourished, and a magnificent crimson keep climbed ever higher toward the sky. But as time passed, King Redif the Savior grew old, and the kingdom vulnerable once more. His people grew anxious, some claiming to perceive a faint odor in the air. Greenwort had returned with a ferocious vengeance. Amassing an army of unfathomable scale, he burned everything in his path towards the Crimson Keep. King Redif gazed down upon his withered claws, barely able to hold the crown. He had little hope wielding a sword, so it was decided the crown should pass to Whiskers New. Arise, young prince, for the kingdom needs a hero. And so, your tale begins.
Sur toute plateforme également. Pourquoi pas?
Question the reign of the Iron Frog. Doug. Anyway, in Tales of Iron, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms. Our next segment is from Polish studio Movie Games and hosted by God of War and Twisted Metal director David Jaffe, who recently joined their supervisory board.
Well, hello, fellas. It's me, David Jaffe. Great to see you. God of War, Twisted
Metal, a bunch of PlayStation stuff.
These days, I'm doing some new stuff with movie games. These guys, they've hooked up with this great company. You have to have heard of them, Platige Image, one of the best VFX houses in the business. They worked on The Witcher. They worked on Love, Death, and Robots. We're making a brand new game, the biggest game we've ever done, by the way, that's all about crime and mob and mafia and different time periods. It's going to be great. But for today, settle in, babies. These are the brand new games coming very soon from Movie Games. Lust from
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a avec ça,
Beyond, man, this is
Woodtail?
one of the coolest games I've played in the last year. It's what turned me on to movie games in the first place. What you're looking at is the M-rated, console-friendly version of the erotic horror cult classic. It's
Ah oui,
a
alors.
first-person action-adventure game that blends Lovecraftian horror
C'est
with
ce jeu auquel je
weird
pense.
eroticism.
Oui, voilà.
I love this game. Lust from Beyond.
Ça, on pourra pas le faire en live. Hein.
Game number 2 is called Fire Commander. Let you step into the shoes of the only real-life superheroes we got, the first responders. This
Ah
game
tiens, je vais
is
prendre
my
celui qui
childhood
tosse.
fantasy come to life.
Fire Commander.
This game took me totally by surprise. You're trapped in the wilderness, freezing, hungry, and now you're starting to go a little bit insane. Man, you start seeing all kinds of crazy stuff out there. Winter Survival Simulator, it's coming soon. Have a great E3. Have a great Future Games. I miss you guys. I'll see you soon. Oh my god.
Je comprends pas tout leur délire à chaque fois.
Thanks to David
Mais ok.
And check out gamesradar.com for more about movie
Pourquoi pas?
games upcoming titles.
This next presentation comes from the folks at Exceed Games, the makers of Story of Seasons and Rune Factory. Here's a look at their most exciting current and upcoming
On a
projects.
combien de jeux? On est à plus de presque 40 là, non? Ça débite à un rythme. Qu'est-ce que c'est? On dirait un Yakuza version Wish. C'est normal? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Akiba Strip. Ok. Ok. Shadow Wales, Champion Battle. Ok. C'est un jeu de cartes. Ah, ok. Ouais, c'est sûr, hein. Mais tant mieux pour nous. Et du coup, ça fait un peu beaucoup. C'est tellement blanc, ça m'éblouit. Ah, Story of Season. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Visuellement, ça me dit quelque chose. Ça c'est un jeu qui avait cartonné. Ah ouais. Sunblower, merci pour le raid. Bienvenue tout le monde, vous êtes beau. Oui, il voit. Yo tété la forme. Yo Junior. Yo le King, Vince. C'est parti. Merci pour le follow le King. Bienvenue à vous, Tipman. Salut. Shadow. Vous êtes tous beaux. Carcaros. Bien passé ton live.
C'est parti.
Merci pour le follow Shadowfire. Ah, la grande forme, tu TT. À fond sur le 3.
C'est parti.
Et merci Carcaros pour le follow. Merci à tous, vous êtes beaux. Non, y'a pas raison, TT. Il est pas bon celui-là. Vous êtes trop bon, monsieur Shadow. Donc je suis pas... Toi, t'es beau depuis longtemps. Oh, et ouais, la présentation. Tu regardes toujours si t'es toujours à ton statut. Rune Factory 5. 5, ah ouais, je connaissais même pas les 4 premiers.
Find out more about Exceed's lineup on gamesradar.com.
Là, on est à fond sur les jeux Japon.
This next game is a hack and slash RPG with twin stick shooter elements set in a retro sci-fi world. Here's a new gameplay trailer for Batora, Lost Haven.
Ah bah oui, ça fait un an, t'étais... C'est beau. Un an à me supporter. J'aurais dit moins. C'est vrai qu'il fait moins quand même. Hein. C'est qu'une slash encore. Batora, Lost Haven. Je crois qu'on va arriver après pas loin de 60 jours là avec cette conf là. Ça dit vite à un rythme. Et ça s'arrête jamais.
Oh wait, I think I saw something about this a few weeks ago.
No, you didn't. Here's developers Mark Webley, Ben Huskins, and Gary Card to tell you all about it and give you a first look at gameplay.
Wow. Quoi comme jeu? Alors, la liste serait un peu compliquée à citer. Pas mal de... C'est très varié, pas mal de petits jeux indépendants. Ils ont reparlé de Dying Light 2. Il y avait eu du Vampires. C'est pas le Bloodline, donc c'est très bizarre qu'ils en aient présenté un nouveau alors que le 2 est pas sorti. Mais là c'est trop dur à faire la liste, il y en a eu beaucoup trop.
It's a wrapper, you know, we call it 2 Point Hospital, but that's about as close as it gets to real world of medical healthcare.
Campus is taking everything we learned from 2 Point Hospital and taking it to the next level.
The important thing was for us to give the player a canvas that they could completely create themselves.
In Campus, you start with this blank plot of land.
We've got something called the Smart Brush, for example, which allows you to drag interesting shaped pathways. If you want to drag a picket fence, you can drag that along. It's just really easy to paint the world you want.
So it's really simple to drag out a courtyard, lay down some paths at different angles.
And it's fun, isn't it? I mean, it's adding this kind of city builder element to 2 Point Universe. The difference between 2 Point Hospital and Campus is that we're spending a much longer period with our students. What we wanted to do with Campus is make you care about your university. You know, the idea of these interesting and different courses are going to attract interesting and different students. So there's a night school, horrible pun, but night school, you got it. You're going to train knights.
C'est une console qui va voir les jeux ou tu cherches un jeu? J'ai pas compris la...
Stuffy,
Bon, oui.
boring stuff that made you go to sleep at school. It's going to be really cool, interesting stuff.
2 Point Hospital. Ah, c'est 2 Point Campus. Hospital, il était très cool ce petit jeu.
Our next game is in early development, but it already has a very cool codename, which is always a good sign. Here's Leo to tell you all about Project Ferocious.
Oh.
Hello, my name is Leo, and I'm
Ah, du gameplay, on va pas ta tronche, toi. Attends. Ferocious. Ça, ça a l'air sympa.
And if not, I've been doing game dev for about 12 years with a big passion, and I've been working on this project for about 2 years. It's the first project of mine I decided to show to the public, and even though I know it still has a very long way to go, I'm very proud to present it today to you on the show. Please enjoy the trailer.
J'ai pas compris la question de tu cherches un jeu. Si tu t'adresses à moi ou si tu parles d'un jeu en particulier. Parce que je cherche pas de jeu là, on découvre juste tout ce qui va sortir fin d'année ou l'année prochaine. C'est le 3 quoi, c'est les annonces de jeux vidéo. Il y a des grosses libellules et des gros moustiques. Hein. Non mais pas en vrai, chien. Dans le jeu. Petit jeu de survie avec du pampan. Hein. Ah, Ferocious. 2023, putain, il y a le temps. Hein.
Project Ferocious is targeting a 2023 release date and coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Our next world premiere
Sur toute
asks,
plateforme, très bien.
What if Doom Guy had a drunk
Oh,
one night stand
Doom,
with
ça fait toujours plaisir.
This next game wants to answer that question for some reason.
World Premiere. Allez, on est toujours chaud pour avoir du hunt un peu. Ce serait bien. Le bruit de marquure, sa mère. Warcry. Ok. Petit Doom-like qui fait plaisir.
Watch out for Warcry challenges when it stops defying gravity and drops on PC this summer.
J'aurais dû mettre un compteur pour cette conférence pour savoir combien il y a eu de jeux parce que là putain.
Disappearance at Dahlia View is a story-driven detective thriller set in 1950s England. Let's find out more, shall we?
World Premiere. T'as un force celui-ci on l'a en tête.
Robert Conway, 22nd of June, 1954. I've solved many a case in my time as a private investigator, but nothing so close to home as the abduction of Charlotte May. There are some things that take hold of a person and refuse to let go.
Quand t'incarnes un vieux en fauteuil roulant qui espionne ses voisins.
My own daughter, Catherine, is on the case. She has the same look in her eye that I used to have. There'll be no stopping her. I wish I could say that all of my neighbors are innocent. I wish I could say that I have the faintest clue where to begin. There's a lot I wish I could say. The truth is, sometimes it takes a nightmare to wake a place like Dahlia View.
Ça a l'air d'être un jeu d'enquête, ça a l'air pas mal du tout ça. Conway. Automne 2021. Bientôt ça aussi. Fin d'année, il va y avoir des sorties de jeux tous les jours. Littéralement. Ça va être infaisable de tout faire. Évidemment, je vais pas tout faire, mais ça en fait beaucoup. Hein.
This can't be the end. I mean, it's an E3 showcase.
Nope, sorry, Troy, that's it. Just kidding.
I knew it. All right, let's see it.
Tu veux voir le premier? Allez! Ça en finit plus, hein? Harissa Marcel, The Film Store. Ok. Mortal. Ok. Mortalité. Ok, bon, c'est absolument rien du jeu. Mais pourquoi pas. Ah.
Be sure to head to gamesradar.com for more coverage and updates on all the games you've seen today and more.
I'm just sorry. I'm really excited about that.
Ça y est, c'est fini.
Yes, and thanks to our headline partners, Debbie D. Black, and of course all of our many talented developers and industry partners that have made all of this possible.
And of course, for everyone tuning in at home.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed today's lineup, and mark your diaries because the Future Games Show will be returning in August.
Ok. Et bien c'était sympa, il n'y a pas du tout les annonces que j'attendais, c'était dommage, j'en espérais peut-être un peu trop. Putain, il y a des jeux que j'attends de voir en annonce là et je pense pas qu'ils vont aller voir le 3. C'est dommage. J'espère toujours à la Gamescom, pourquoi pas.